Hey, what's up? I'm Liam, and I wanted to make a video about my car. Alright, so this is my 2013 Honda Civic Si, and I love this thing so much. I think I got it about 2 years ago from this awful dealership in LA. They totally scammed me, but I love this car so much that I tell myself that it's worth it. And I just wanted to make a video about kind of the mods and plans that I have for this car. I recently got a Prius because I drive too much and I just have been spending too much on gas, but also I don't want to put too many miles on this car. I just hit maybe 107,000 miles, so not even close to how old she will get. I guess first things first, on the outside and the front, the first thing I really did was I did these eBay special headlights. I have not gotten the LED light to work because you're supposed to cut wires, and I'm not doing that. I'm not an electrician. So they are just the kind of plug and play front lights and blinker. And then I also did the fog light. This one is not in right now, but I do have it. It's a yellow fog light, just like it is on this side. And they are LED replacements. And I also got a new housing because when I received it, this one was like all knocked out. So that, I did get different badges. I've had quite a few. This one is from Fusion Auto Concepts, and I got a front, a rear, the steering wheel, and I also got the SI in the back and the Civic logo, just so that they all match. But I did have a red Type R Honda one, but it kind of made my car look like Rudolph, so not a big fan of that one. So, and this one I know is a little ricey, but I like it. I guess going up here, I do have and rocking an Inspire windshield banner that I've been since I pretty much got the car. I just really like their brand and really the kind of the mantra of it all. Alright, flipping around to the side, I guess we'll go up here first. So I did get the car with these AVS window rain shields. Rain shield? Yeah, so I did get the car with these AVS rain shield covers. I did repurchase them not too long ago because the other side was kind of falling off and I was trying to peel it off and I ripped it. I cracked it. So I do have another set that I just bought. So we'll bring it down here, and these are the tires and wheels that I have for this. They are Sparco rims and Continental Sport Plus. Continental Control Contact Sport Plus. Continental Control Plus. I can't read. Continental Control Contact Sport Plus tires. And Sparco rims. And I got these at America's Tire because they have a pretty good program where they do tire rotations and air fill-ups for free. So that's where I got them. I didn't have a ton of money to spend on rims, let alone a garage to put it in, and I'm very afraid of wheel theft. So there's actually also locking key lug nuts, and I also have a tire pressure monitor little sensor on here because this car doesn't have it until something wrong happens. So I just installed those just for a little bit extra safety. And the readers inside. So yeah. So moving on to the back end here. This is the back end. There's not that much done to it. This I got with the car, and I love the look that it makes it have, especially from the side with the air, the rooftop popped, and this. It makes it like have 3 wings. I did switch these out to LEDs, and then this is the Civic, the emblem, and the SI, just to have a look. All right. I guess probably one of the first things that I did to it is I did get a Skunk 2 cold air intake. This is not the Skunk 2 one. And kind of for anybody who's looking to get them, this coupler, and I have some pictures that I'll probably put up, but this coupler was cracking, and it has 2 plastic pieces right here and here. So those were both cracking, and I needed to get rid of it. I did buy a new one just so I had it before this one came in, but I would not get the Skunk 2 intake again. This is actually the KTuned one, and I had to jimmy it a little bit. There's some like extra mods on it, like for support right here. And it's just kind of what I had to do, but it is feeding all the way down behind the light, and pretty much the air intake is right behind the fog light, so that's why I don't have the front fog light right now, just because it's been warmer and it looks cool. Okay. Recently, probably the biggest things that I did do to it is I got KTuned shifter cables, which are right there, and I did make a little video that I'll probably pop some footage of me doing it and stuff in there. And that was a fun little project that I wasn't super planning on doing by myself, but I ended up doing, and I did it. When I did the shifter cables, I also did the CMC slave and master. So that was a process, and that one was way harder just because it kind of feeds right behind this firewall. So right here is kind of where you're gonna have to change out the slave, because the master is pretty easy right here, but it was kind of a lot of trouble, and it was really hard to bleed. I actually had to get it taken back to the dealer. My buddy had to fix it up and kind of re-bleed it and reroute the feeder. And kind of during that time, I just did like a new radiator, or not new radiator. I just did a radiator fluid flush a couple of times just because I was having some problems, and I did have to redo the coolant sensors. When I also did the shifter cables and the CMC master, I also did the Acuity transmission spring that was inside the transmission. Oh my god, dude, I literally stripped the bolt. I stripped the bolt, and it broke. It literally broke the bolt. So I lost half the bolt inside my transmission, and we had to go get like a screw extractor, fish this out. And that was literally after I was like debating on if my buddy should just take the car and do it at the shop. So that was a lot of fun. My car was out of commission for a little bit. Kind of around when I got the car at 90,000 miles, I did bust my clutch. I totally killed the clutch, and I had to get a new one. I did get an Exedy stage 1 clutch, so that is the clutch that I've been running for pretty much the entire lifetime. And then I did put some new spark plugs in just to switch them out. I got a valve adjustment at 100,000 miles. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for like the engine part. I'll probably drop in the comments like around when the miles and when I change stuff, just so, because I've done like around the 100,000 mile mark, I started doing a lot of maintenance on this just because I got this car with about 60,000 miles and I wasn't really sure what was done to it. Like, other than it was mostly stock. I think that's good with the engine bay. Let's hop into the interior. All right, so this is the interior of the 2013 Honda Civic Si. This is the coupe version, but who needs those extra 4 doors and let alone 2 extra door jambs to wipe down? Probably the best thing that I've done to this is I did get an Acuity short shifter. I love this shifter. The other one had a ton of rev hang, and let alone I did do the shifter cables, the CMC master, transmission spring, and the short shifter all at the same time. So the drive after was completely different, but this shifter is so nice. I do have a Kenwood unit in here. This was installed with the car, and I do think they did something to the audio system. Definitely in the back, I think they have new subs, and then the tweeter has like the I don't know, a different logo on it. So I think whoever had this car definitely upgraded the sound, and it sounds awesome. And I've seen a bunch of people lately been trying to get Apple Play in their old Civic, and I have it, and I have it. I done did it. I've had it. So it's nice to always pull up and it just automatically connects to my phone. And then I do have like a cord, so if I do want maps and stuff, I just put this on and I can get maps. But Bluetooth works without anything, so that's cool. What else in here? I have a radar detector. I have dash cams. I did feed the back dash cam all the way out and under where the license plate reader is. I cut a little hole in the sheet metal, and that's how it's like seamlessly done. I don't know what else in here that I've done. I don't have a ton of mods, so I think with that we should take a drive. All right, so wrap it up, future plans that I have for this car. Like I said, I did get a 2025 Prius, and that car is pretty cool too. But that just means that this is my project car now. So the plans that I have for it is obviously to put it on coilovers. I'm looking at the BC racing coilovers, and not too low, because it's definitely more like track daily drive. I did forget to mention that it is tuned Hondata off of eTunes. Now that it's tuned, definitely getting some coilovers. I have the eBay HPF body kit that I'm gonna put on. I have to paint it though and mount it, so that's another big thing that I want to do. I do think I want to get new rims on it, and I never really thought I was gonna boost it or anything, but you know, who knows? Now that it's a project car, anything is possible. So yeah, with that, if you have any questions about the 9th gen or the 2013 Honda Civic, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.